Ladies and gentlemen, one of the greatest privileges of being human is that you and I have the power of choice. We can choose our direction, we can choose our goals, and yes, we can choose to get whatever we truly want in life. But here's the truth, wanting is not enough. Desire without discipline is like a dream. Without structure, it fades away. So the question is, how do you get whatever you want? The very first step in getting whatever you want is deciding what you truly want. It sounds simple, but you'd be surprised how many people drift through life without ever answering that question. They wake up, go to work, come home, pay bills, and repeat the cycle. But when you ask them, what do you really want out of life? They hesitate. They don't know. And here's the truth. If you don't know what you want, you'll settle for whatever life throws at you. Clarity is power. A goal that isn't written down is just a wish. Most people never achieve their dreams because their dreams are never clearly defined. Think of it this way. If you were to get into your car and start driving without a destination, you could end up anywhere, and probably nowhere meaningful. But when you enter a specific address into the GPS, suddenly every turn has direction and purpose. That's how life works. So the first question you must ask yourself is, what do I want? And not in a vague sense like I want to be happy or I want to be successful. Happiness and success are too broad. What does happiness mean to you? Is it financial independence, better health, strong relationships, spiritual peace? Success is personal. For one person, success means building a business. For another, it means raising a strong family. You must define it with precision. If you want wealth, write down the exact amount you want to earn and by when. If you want health, describe the level of fitness or energy you desire. If you want a relationship, clarify the qualities of the person you wish to attract. The more specific you are, the more focused your energy becomes. Jim Rohn often said, you cannot hit a target you cannot see. The mind works the same way. A blurry target produces blurry actions, and blurry actions produce blurry results. But when your target is crystal clear, your actions become intentional, and your results become measurable. So here's the challenge. Take the time to sit down with a journal and write out in detail exactly what you want in every area of your life: financial, personal, physical, spiritual, and relational. Until you have clarity of desire, all the effort in the world will scatter in different directions. But once you know exactly what you want, the universe seems to conspire in your favor. Doors begin to open and opportunities begin to align. Clarity doesn't just create vision, it creates momentum. If there's one principle that separates winners from everyone else, it's this: winners take full responsibility for their lives. The moment you stop blaming circumstances, luck, or other people and instead say, if it's going to happen, it's up to me, that's the moment your life begins to change. The truth is, too many people hand over the steering wheel of their lives. They blame the government, the economy, their boss, their parents, or even their spouse. And while some of these influences are real, they are not in your control. If you wait for the world to change before you do, you'll be waiting forever. Responsibility means accepting that while you may not control every event, you control your response, and your response shapes your destiny. Jim Rohn used to say, don't wish it were easier, wish you were better. That's responsibility. Instead of complaining about the weight on your shoulders, you get stronger. Instead of waiting for opportunity to come knocking, you build the door. Instead of waiting for someone to save you, you decide to save yourself. Responsibility is not a burden. It's freedom. The day you take full responsibility is the day you no longer have to wait for permission to improve your life. You realize, if I want wealth, I must learn the skills. If I want health, I must change my habits. If I want love, I must become more loving. Responsibility puts you in control. Now let's be honest. Taking full responsibility is uncomfortable. It means admitting that you are where you are because of the decisions you've made. But that same truth is liberating. Because if your past decisions brought you here, then new decisions can take you somewhere else. Responsibility is the gateway to change. Ask yourself, what areas of my life have I been blaming others for? Where have I been waiting instead of acting? Make a decision today that from now on excuses are not welcome. Circumstances may be difficult, setbacks may be real, but ownership is non-negotiable. The moment you take full responsibility, you move from victim to victor, from passenger to driver, from dreamer to doer. Responsibility doesn't just change your results, it changes you. And once you change, everything else begins to change with you. Everything you want in life is connected to a skill you don't yet have. That's the bridge between desire and achievement, skills. Want to earn more money? Then you must develop financial intelligence, marketing ability, or leadership capacity. Want better health? Then you need the skill of nutrition, the discipline of exercise, the knowledge of rest and recovery. Want stronger relationships? Then you must master communication, patience, and empathy. Too many people say, I want more, but they stop short of learning what it actually takes. They're hoping desire alone will carry them through. But desire without skill is like a car without fuel. It looks good parked in the driveway, but it won't take you anywhere. Jim Rohn often said, formal education will make you a living. Self-education will make you a fortune. What does that mean? It means you don't stop learning when school ends. In fact, real learning begins when you decide to take charge of your future. Read the books, attend the seminars, watch the lessons, seek out mentors. Every new skill you acquire adds another tool to your toolbox, another weapon in your arsenal, another brick in the foundation of your success. Think about it. The difference between a minimum wage worker and a high-paid professional is not desire, it's skills. Both may want success, but one has invested years in learning valuable skills while the other has not. Life pays you in proportion to the problems you can solve, and your ability to solve problems is determined by your skills. And here's the beautiful part. Skills can be learned. No one is born knowing how to sell, how to invest, how to lead, or how to negotiate. These are learned abilities. Which means if you don't know something today, that's okay, you can learn it tomorrow. The question is not, do I have the talent? But rather, am I willing to put in the work to learn? So here's the challenge. Make personal growth a daily priority. Set aside time to develop one new skill this year that will move you closer to your goals. Because once you master the right skills, getting whatever you want in life becomes inevitable. Remember this? Skills pay the bills. Here's a truth that every achiever eventually discovers: nothing of value comes without a price. If you want something meaningful, you must be willing to pay for it in time, effort, discipline, sacrifice, or persistence. The question isn't, do you want it? The real question is, are you willing to pay the price for it? Think of a farmer. He doesn't plant seeds today and expect a harvest tomorrow. He pays the price up front, tilling the soil, planting, watering, protecting, long before he enjoys the reward. The same is true for success in any area. The price must be paid first, and the harvest comes later. Too many people want the trophy without the training, the reward without the work, the lifestyle without the sacrifice. They say, I want financial freedom, but they don't want to budget, invest, or delay gratification. They say, I want to be fit, but they don't want to wake up early, sweat, or control their diet. Desire is easy. Discipline is the price tag. Jim Rohn said we must all suffer one of two things: the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. Discipline weighs ounces. Regret weighs tons. Paying the price might be uncomfortable, but the cost of not paying it is far greater. The pain of sacrifice is temporary. The pain of regret is permanent. So how do you pay the price? First, identify what your goal demands. Every dream has requirements. If you want to build a business, the price may be long hours, learning sales, or facing rejection. If you want to write a book, the price may be lonely mornings with your pen when others are sleeping. If you want a strong marriage, the price is patience, communication, and selflessness. Second, commit to paying in full. Half-hearted effort produces half-hearted results. You cannot put in half the price and expect the full reward. Life doesn't work like that. And finally, understand this. Paying the price is not a punishment. It's a privilege. The price disciplines you, shapes you, prepares you to handle the very thing you desire. The price makes you worthy of the reward. So ask yourself today, am I willing to pay the price for the life I say I want? Because until you do, your dreams will remain just that, dreams. But once you pay in full, the rewards will be more than worth it. Jim Rohn once said, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Think about that. Your income, your habits, your attitude, even your level of ambition, it all reflects the influence of those around you. If you want to change your life, one of the fastest ways is to change your associations. The truth is, people rub off on you. Spend time with complainers, and soon you'll complain. Spend time with dreamers, and soon you'll dream. Surround yourself with people who stretch, challenge, and inspire you, and you'll rise to meet their level. But if you stay around negativity, laziness, or mediocrity, don't be surprised if you start adopting those very traits. This doesn't mean you abandon everyone in your life, but it does mean you must be intentional. Ask yourself, who lifts me up? Who drains me? Who sharpens me? Who dulls me? Life is too short to allow toxic or small-minded people to dictate your future. Winners associate with winners. If you want wealth, spend time with people who manage money wisely. If you want health, find those who value fitness. If you want to grow spiritually, connect with people of strong faith. Your environment will either feed your goals or starve them. And remember, association is not just about who you're with in person. It's also what you read, watch, and listen to. Some people spend more time with negative news anchors than with positive mentors. If you can't find successful people to associate with physically, you can still learn from them through books, podcasts, and videos. Mentorship is possible even from a distance. There are 3 types of associations. Those you should disassociate from completely, those you should limit, and those you should expand. Disassociate from people who constantly bring you down. Limit your time with those who are neutral or unproductive. Expand your time with those who inspire, motivate, and push you toward your highest potential. Association is not optional. It's destiny. Your circle creates your standards, and your standards create your future. So choose wisely. If you want to fly with eagles, stop scratching around with chickens. If you want success, surround yourself with people who expect success. Because in the end, success is not just what you achieve, it's also who you become. And who you become is shaped every single day by the company you keep. If there's one principle that separates those who succeed from those who merely wish, it's consistency. Success is never the result of one big action. It's the accumulation of small, disciplined actions repeated over time. Going to the gym once won't make you fit. Reading one book won't make you wise. Saving money once won't make you wealthy. But showing up daily, sticking to the process, and repeating the right habits, that's what transforms your life. Jim Rohn often said, success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines practiced every day, while failure is simply a few errors in judgment repeated every day. Consistency may not always be glamorous. It often feels boring. It's waking up early when you'd rather sleep. It's practicing when no one is watching. It's saying no to short-term pleasure for long-term gain. But that daily discipline compounds. Just as drops of water carve stone over time, small, consistent actions carve out greatness. Think of compound interest. A small amount invested regularly grows into something massive over years. Your habits work the same way. If you consistently feed your mind positive ideas, your thinking transforms. If you consistently take care of your health, your body strengthens. If you consistently invest in relationships, your connections deepen. The magic isn't in what you do once. It's in what you do always. Now here's the challenge. Many people quit too soon. They plant seeds but dig them up before they grow. They want instant results, and when results don't show quickly, they stop. But success has a delay. Just like the farmer must wait for harvest, you must stay consistent long enough to see the reward. Ask yourself, what are the disciplines I must commit to daily? Maybe it's reading 20 minutes, exercising 30 minutes, saving 10% of your income, or making 5 sales calls. Small, measurable, repeatable actions done every day. Consistency builds trust with yourself. Every time you follow through, you strengthen your identity as someone reliable, disciplined, and capable. And when you trust yourself, confidence grows. And confidence is the fuel of achievement. So remember, greatness is not built in a day, but it is built daily. Success belongs not to the talented or the lucky, but to the consistent. Keep showing up, keep doing the work, and over time, the extraordinary will emerge from the ordinary. One of life's greatest paradoxes is this: if you want to get more, you must first give more. Real success doesn't come from asking, what can I take from the world, but from asking, what can I contribute? The surest way to get whatever you want is to help others get what they want. Think about it. Every successful business exists because it solves problems for people. Every strong relationship thrives because someone is willing to give love, patience, and respect. Every great leader is remembered not for what they accumulated, but for what they gave: vision, service, and inspiration. Jim Rohn said, if you want more, you must become more. And part of becoming more is becoming a person who adds value everywhere you go. If you want opportunities, create opportunities for others. If you want respect, show respect. If you want wealth, find ways to serve more people at a higher level. Life pays in proportion to the value you deliver. Unfortunately, many people approach life with a taker's mentality. They want the paycheck without the performance, the friendship without the loyalty, the harvest without the planting. But takers may win in the short term, while givers win in the long term. Why? Because value attracts. When people know you give more than you take, they trust you, support you, and open doors for you. Giving more doesn't mean exhausting yourself or neglecting your own needs. It means operating with a mindset of contribution. It means showing up in every situation asking, how can I add value here? How can I leave this person, this project, or this environment better than I found it? That simple shift multiplies your influence and your rewards. And here's the miracle: when you give freely, you never really lose. What you give circles back in ways you cannot predict. Opportunities, relationships, goodwill, even financial rewards flow toward those who consistently create value. So ask yourself daily, am I giving more than I take? Am I adding more than I'm demanding? Am I serving more than I'm consuming? If the answer is yes, success is inevitable. Because at the end of the day, life doesn't reward the greedy, it rewards the generous. Give more than you take, and not only will you get what you want, you'll become someone worth remembering. Closing thoughts. So how do you get whatever you want? Be clear about what you want. Take responsibility. Learn the skills. Pay the price. Surround yourself with winners. Stay consistent. Serve others. And here's the miracle. When you do these things, you not only get what you want, you become someone worth becoming. And that, my friends, is the real reward. Thank you.